Let's turn to Storm Watch 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman. He's got a lot to tell us about, another busy day in weather, it looks like.
Yeah, roads are worsening out there right now. Let's take a look at temperatures. We'll start with that. We've been seeing some of that heavier precipitation really dragging down those temperatures. Grants past 34 degrees. There will be a period of snow for even some of our lower elevations and valleys overnight into tomorrow morning. We're still sitting at 44 degrees in Medford. Those windier conditions keeping temperatures up just a bit. But take a look at our I-5 passes. The snow really coming down at Siskiyou Summit. There are actually chain requirements now over Siskiyou Summit. And we also have some other chain requirements in place for other stretches of roads in our region and passes. Head to KDRV.com. You can check road conditions there for both Oregon and California. We also got a great interactive radar and forecast details as this winter storm continues to impact the region. A large band of steady to heavy rain and snow impacting southern Oregon and northern California. We've really seen the snow pick up in the Mount Shasta area along I-5, and some of that snow will be heavy at times. We could see snowfall rates up to 1 to 2 inches per hour. There's been a bit of a lull along the coast, but there will be a surge of precipitation that fills in here as we head through the overnight hours, and then a large band of rain and snow will eventually work its way out of the region overall as we go throughout to the course of the day tomorrow. I'll show you that in Stormcast in just a bit. Take a look at all these winter storm warnings that we have. Some of the biggest impacts to travel along the Cascades and Siskiyous, the Mount Shasta area, also elevations above 3,000 feet in western Siskiyou County. And some of those higher terrain areas of the east side will see several inches of snow. That combination of heavy snow and strong winds could make travel very treacherous for parts of the region. Winter weather advisories have been lowered down to 1,500 feet into Josephine and Curry counties. So we've been seeing already some snow at Hayes Hill, also in the Cave Junction area as well. So it will be a very wintry night tonight into tomorrow morning. This is a look at snowfall from basically this afternoon through tomorrow night, and some of the heaviest snow again in the Mount Shasta area, McLeod, Dunsmuir, up to 2 to 3 feet of snow, but Crater Lake upwards of 2 feet possible. We'll see several inches of snow for much of the east side. Even Klamath Falls looking at between 2 to 5 inches of snow. Hayes Hill 4 to 8 inches, and maybe a couple of inches at Cave Junction, and some light accumulations at least at Sexton Summit. We've seen some strong winds so far this evening. Weed a 58 mile per hour gust, Montague 52 miles per hour, and even gusting up to 45 miles per hour in Klamath Falls. Look at sustained winds out of the south and southeast. It's pretty windy right now in the Medford area, gusting up to 26 miles per hour, up to 47 miles per hour in Gold Beach. So we'll still see some pretty strong winds overnight tonight. We do have high wind warnings still in place for the southern Shasta Valley, as well as the Curry County coast, where we could get gusts up to 65 miles per hour. Also several wind advisories in place as well, including in the Rogue Valley. And you can see those winds stay strong overnight into early tomorrow morning. We'll see some windy weather in the afternoon, but winds won't be as strong as what we'll see through the overnight. Tonight down to 36 in Medford, 31 in Klamath Falls. Widespread rain and snow, lowering snow levels as well. And then tomorrow, we'll see temperatures on the cooler side compared to average. Eventually, some of the heavier rain and snow moving out from west to east. Here's Stormcast. But overnight, some very difficult travel. Be sure to tune into Josh tomorrow morning from 5 to 7 a.m. He'll have the latest on road conditions, but it's going to be a very difficult morning commute across much of the region. But notice as we head into the afternoon, we'll start to see some of that precipitation moving out for much of the region. Still snow impacting the Mount Shasta area. Taking a look at rainfall amounts, it looks pretty impressive for much of the area. We could see upwards of 2 to 3 inches of precipitation in the Mount Shasta area, and you'll notice some more active weather even into the later portions of this week into this weekend. The coast, heavier rain into tomorrow morning, gusty winds expected as well, maybe a few rumbles of thunder. Northern California, difficult travel conditions in the Mount Shasta area. Very heavy snow, strong winds. The Klamath Basin also going to be looking at some snowy conditions for that morning commute. Some quieter weather by Thursday. Cascades and Siskiyous, be sure to have those tire chains. We'll continue to see rounds of snow into tomorrow morning, catching a bit of a break later in the day tomorrow. And then in the Rogue Valley, wet and wintry into tomorrow, and it stays on the active side with cooler than average temperatures through this week into this weekend.